I'm not sure what playing with a pen. That's what we
It is fun.
we're doing this because we're just hanging out. We're business people. We like to hang out with other business people and so forth. That's right. But in business, you're not alone. A lot of times in business, you get so focused. You have all these employees, but the employees aren't really necessarily friends of yours. I don't know how good way to phrase that. You may be part of a chamber, but those aren't your buddies. Those aren't people you hang out with. They're not people who motivate you, who help you take the next step. And that's part of what we do here. We're just breathing a little fresh breath, if you want to call it that, into your day. Because sometimes it's just good to hang out with someone else that's, you know, your world is not all falling apart when you see how weird some of the people are that are succeeding.
Right. Well, it's good to have mentors and also allies, people that care about you enough to hold you accountable to the steps that you're going to take to achieve that improvement, to achieve that growth, and also to be your allies to encourage you, to help you along that path, and even more so, maybe even become friends over time. What started as a business relationship, so you don't feel alone in your business, like you're the business owner carrying all these employees on your back trying to get to a place you're going to go. You need people, that peer-to-peer support that can give you the advice from a place that they care about you and they care about your success so much that they're not going to let you fail. They're going to hold you accountable to that.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure you have some good thoughts here.
Well, I mean,
Professor Steve.
Oh, geez, here we go. You know, you're saying your employees are not necessarily your friends, but you know, I always thought of my employees as my friends and my family. And you know, it's important because that's the culture we had. That's the type of culture that we had. I had a consultant because I hired consultants. That's one of the things that helped me break through the barriers a lot of times in my own company. And I learned at a later age, not at the young age, but at a later age, how valuable it is to bring a team in to help me with my business. But I had one of the consultants. I said, you know, these employees, all these people that are here, they're my friends, they're my family. You know, I count on them, they count on me. He goes, you know, I get that. That's great. Try something. I said, likewise. He says, try not paying them next week. It's like, well,
how friendly will they be to you?
Wait a minute. I thought,
damn it.
I know how really tense it gets right here on Fridays sometimes. If payroll is not on 4 o'clock, the paychecks weren't there. They got a little stressed. I thought, you know, maybe there's something to that.
That was a brilliant insight. What if he didn't force something on you?
What if?
You know, what if it made you pull something out of yourself?
It's like, you know, I started looking at the value of the culture of the organization, and it's not that I didn't look at my employees as my friends anymore. I looked at them as you know, we're here to work together. And one of the things that came out of that particular iteration of there's that iteration word again. There's the one that other version of the growth of our company. That particular time and place, as I realized, you know what, this is an enterprise that has one definite purpose. The business is here to serve us. You know, you think about it. Wait a minute. Oh, I created this business so that it would do that. Yeah, it's supposed to serve, the business is supposed to serve you. You are not supposed to have to serve the business. Okay, you know, you create this, you know, you create a business. What is a business? It's an entity. But you know what? It creates its own life force. And you know, that life force, it's like a little, you know, they talk about the infancy stage of a business. They talk about a mature business, an adolescent business. You know, it's different life stages. A business is a life force, and you create it, you bring it into life, and you create it, and then, oh, by the way, you've got to grow it up. But at the same time, you know, its end result is it's there to serve you. So, you know, you have, but at the same time, you've got to serve it as well. I mean, you got to change its diaper and feed it.
Give and take relationship.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a give and take. But you know, and the thing is, it is a give and take relationship that you know, the business owner has got to understand that, you know, that business serves him, but he's got to also make sure that all the components work. I mean, it's just like having a car. We talked about that earlier. You know, you can get the nicest car in the world, and if you don't take care of it, it's going to eventually just fall to pieces.
We like to break out the big guns here. You know, enterprise, entity, infancy, personification. I mean, I just love what Professor Steve.
That's a new word.
I love what Professor Steve is breaking out in here today to bring the business to life and make it almost a living, breathing thing. And I think the one concept he had touched on there is, are you captaining that or parenting, however you want to say it, but let's say captaining the ship,
Captaining, okay.
change a metaphor here again, into the business that serves.
You
Yes.
got caps.
There you go.
Or hattening.
I maybe. All right.
Hattening. It's a hattening.
Yeah. So are you captaining that business in a way that it's allowing it to improve and to have those systems so like Steve said, it serves the life that you're looking to do instead of a business that's just a job that's taking 80, 100 hours a week? Is it growing and developing into what you envisioned it to be when you started it, where you're serving your customers absolutely, but it's also serving you with the type of work schedule that you want to put in and the type of lifestyle and income it's throwing off to you as well, that two-way street.
And see, talking about that same captaining factor, the word administration, the word administration comes from being at the wheel. And think about it, if you're at the wheel of a huge ship, you have to make constant adjustments to keep it going in the direction you want it to go. And if you turn it, if you're trying to change direction, look how long that takes.
Yeah.
The Titanic couldn't just turn.
I was going to say, look at the Titanic.
Flat.
Battleship, yeah, it's not a
so
speedboat.
being able to see ahead and being able to make those slight adjustments that you need to get where you need to go is helpful. You know, being that captain is seeing beyond today.
And you know that I saw the movie Titanic. That's about as close.
Don't ruin it for me.
That's how much. That's how much I know about it. What I saw and what I remember, because it's been a long time ago, is that the captain really wasn't. The captain was asleep when it happened.
Sleep
correct?
at the wheel.
So the first mate was at the helm, and so okay, in a big giant ship you're going across the ocean, whatever, that kind of thing can happen. But the reality is, how many business owners? I mean, if you look at it, you've been running this thing day after day after day after day, and the reality is, if you stop and think about it, you're asleep at the wheel. Or
Probably don't even know it.
or I mean, maybe you don't know you're asleep at the wheel, but you've got a good second in command that's running the ship. I mean, I myself had that situation where I had a really outstanding general manager that was running the company, and I think we were doing pretty good. But I wanted to do other things, so I started moving in different directions. Well, somebody was running the organization. I tried to move in different directions. I've learned from that. That's incongruent to a good solid path that everybody has to be a part of. And oh, by the way, you've got to go the direction that you set into motion until everybody decides that you're going to move it to another direction. So it's and I can go on that, but
Yeah. When we developed the leadership process, and he told the story about incongruent, it's a good way to wrap this video in my mind.
Yep.
So if you need help making those adjustments, taking your business to a new level, or you just need somebody to come alongside you and help you move forward, give us a call. We'd love to
Give
hang
us
with
a call today.
Today, Sunday. Yeah.
Is there an echo in here?
Yeah. Just one last thing. Again, these guys are good captains. Let them take the wheel for a while.